If you've seen the highlights, you saw Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen getting a little fisticuffs, former teams from Alabama, defensive lineman for Washington now. They were unhappy about something, obviously. My advice, don't bring the Washington team benches to Dallas and then sit on them and get in a fight with your teammates. Just leave them back there. They got benches.
Set the benches on fire now, Washington. They've blown that whole thing that blew up in your face. That one backfired. Just admit it. Take the L and go home.
So really quickly for Washington, is this a setback?
Is losing by how many points did they score?
I mean, it's obviously a setback, but they weren't going to the playoffs anyway. I guess my point is Ron Rivera had this thing turned to the right direction, it felt like, and they were making a push for the playoffs for the second straight year. The defense was playing a lot better. And then all of a sudden you bring in the heated benches and the benches get heated, and Payne and Allen are going at each other on the sidelines, and they keep cutting to Ron Rivera, and he's wearing the mask on the sideline and just staring like straight ahead. Like you're not seeing his mouth move. It doesn't look like he's talking on the mic that's in front of him. I mean, I had Washington friends who were texting me like, oh, Rivera might have to go after this. It's like, look, that's not happening. But the sideline blowout with Payne and Allen Breech is a concern because it's on national television. Yeah, you're getting your ass kicked, but you can't be doing that between two teammates. And it does bring into question, is this move in the correct direction we thought Washington was making actually happening?
Yeah, I mean, you can't have your teammates fighting each other on the sideline, and that's everything. That's on the coaching staff, that's on the players. Of course, things are going to get heated when you're getting your butt kicked like this, but you don't need to make it worse by picking fights with your teammates.
Especially like you had teammates, like you've been teammates for like 9 years.
Forever, since college.
Yeah.
And so it was definitely a little bit weird to see, but I definitely, they were 6-6 a couple weeks ago. They were at 6-7. They were the 7th seed in the playoffs. So this was a team that had not even flickering playoff hopes, knowing that it had actual playoff hopes, knowing that if they played well down the stretch, they might be able to do something. And now they've lost 3 in a row. And I don't know, Brinson. I think that, Ron Rivera's got to stick around because he needs to get a quarterback in there. I'm not sure that Taylor Heineke is the
Ron
answer.
Rivera's not going anywhere, I don't think.
Right. So he just needs to he needs to decide what he wants to do going forward. Because, obviously Heineke apparently plays great anytime he plays the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but anytime he plays anyone else, it's a little bit of a struggle. So I think they need to figure out what to do at the quarterback spot and then work from there.
By the way, Daron Payne told reporters afterwards, he said, look, you got brothers. You all fight, don't you? Poop happens. He didn't say poop. It's all good. And that is the thing. Like,
it's not that big a deal, but when it happens on the sideline, nationally televised game.
And it'd be one thing if they both weighed 130 pounds. It's something else entirely when they're both 320. And, one tried to punch the other. I can't remember who was who. And one started the thing by pointing in his face. And it is what it is. You're just angry about whatever. Maybe you missed a gap assignment. Maybe you weren't where you're supposed to be. And, he just told you in front of 75,000 people as opposed to, in practice where you guys could
more like
settle it.
18 million, but whatever. Yeah. But I mean, to your point, yes. I mean, like my brother and I had Charlie's like, go do this. Like, F you, Charlie. He's like, F you. And then all of a sudden it's just escalated. But only like 15 people at our, Christmas thing, not like 75 million, like the Washington-Dallas game. So yeah, probably in the big scheme of things, not a big deal. But Washington,
it didn't help.
What's that?
I said it didn't help.
Didn't help. And again, as Breech points out, you lose to the Cowboys at home week 12 and week 14 when they bring the benches, lose at Philly, look pretty hapless last week, and then get just blistered by the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
By the way, it was 24-0 in that week 14 game at half before Washington.
Oh, that's right. They got smoked by Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas put it on them pretty good this year. So Washington is after a 4-game win streak coming out of the bye, skidded to now they're 6-9. They're done. They're done.